Hello and welcome to Ginny's Horse Product Review. I'm Ginny, and in today's video I'm going to share with you my #1 go-to thrush remedy and prevention product. I have lived and kept horses in various different states throughout the US, and some of those have been swampy and wet and humid like Florida and North Carolina, and I can tell you after a lot of trial and error what the absolute best thrush remedy is. I am no stranger to dealing with issues like thrush, rain rot, scratches, cannon crud, so I need something that works not only for treating thrush, but also for preventing it from happening and maintaining my horses in wet and swampy weather. When it comes to treating and preventing thrush and dealing with other fungal issues, my favorite go-to product isn't some very expensive miracle goo. It is a very cheap, inexpensive, affordable product that you can get just about anywhere, even Walmart or your local grocery store. If you saw my video about my #1 tack box item, you already know it's Desitin Diaper Rash Cream. And I usually buy the generic version, and I always get the maximum strength. This is the one in the purple package. All right, this is it. Maximum strength diaper rash paste. Super easy. They make big tubs of it, which is a little bit cheaper, but I like the squirt one because you can squirt it right into your horse's central sulcus. So I still always get the squirt version, not the tub. The reason why this is the best thrush remedy and prevention product is because it's antifungal and antibacterial. It creates a moisture barrier, and it's soothing and gentle. Thrush absolutely loves moisture, so the fact that I can squirt this in my horse's central sulcus, really smear it in there and create a moisture barrier is so important. In muddy and swampy conditions, it's super important to get those feet dried out and, get this in there, even if it's just for a little while you pull them out of their paddocks. Just getting them dried out for a short period of time and applying this can help so much. If you're dealing with really wet or muddy conditions, I recommend pulling your horses out daily and picking their hooves and squirting this in the central sulcus of the hoof and just making sure that they get that chance to dry out and then they have this protection when they go back into the muddy areas. Even that few minutes a day of pulling your horses out, getting those hooves exposed to oxygen, and then smearing this in there is going to help to fight the thrush and to keep those hooves healthy in the really swampy, gross environments. One spring when we were living in North Carolina, I had a particularly aggressive bout of thrush with one of my horses, and I tried everything, the purple stuff, the green stuff, bleach solutions, the cow antibiotics, just everything that you can read about. And it wasn't until I started using Desitin that I actually saw an improvement in my horse's hooves. Furthermore, when I first got Bamboozle from Florida, it was a super wet, swampy time there, and he had really bad thrush, and his central sulcus was so deep, and all I kept doing was picking his hooves and putting Desitin in, and literally his central sulcuses got even shallower and shallower and healthier. And I attribute that not only to just picking his hooves and, good hoof care, but also that Desitin, it's incredible stuff, and it's soothing and it's gentle, unlike, some of these things that you got to wear gloves to use and, that have cancer warnings on them, or, who should be bleaching their animals' body parts. You don't want to be using bleach solution all the time, even if it's diluted. That's so harsh on their bodies. Since I started using Desitin about 5 years ago, I haven't had a serious case of thrush since. At most, if I've even remotely smelled anything or anything's looked off, I'll hit it with some Desitin, as much as possible. Literally within a week or two, fully back to normal. And if I'm in a wet springtime or any kind of wet conditions, I will try to do this once a week, even once every other week. Makes a huge difference as far as thrush prevention and keeping those hooves healthy. What do you use for a stubborn case of thrush? I would love to hear in the comments. I wonder if I've used it. Let me know what works for you. What have you tried that hasn't worked? I love hearing about what other people are doing, so drop me a line. If you found this video helpful, definitely hit the like button, that helps me out. And also make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss next week's video, where I'm going to talk about more wet weather hoof care tips. This is really great if you're in the south, anywhere humid and wet or swampy, or you're dealing with a wet winter or spring. Until next time, happy trails.